Welcome back. Hope you're having a good morning. Well, as promised, let's get straight to our first guest on the show. Yatharth Tyagi, the whole-time director at Yatharth Hospital and Trauma Care Services, joins us on the show. Hi, Yatharth. Thanks a lot for joining in. Well, before we come to you, just stating to our viewers the three broad points that we're looking at. A 260 crore hospital was acquired in Agra. We want the guidance in terms of occupancies, which is currently hovering around the 65%, and also scaling up of new hospitals in Greater Faridabad and New Delhi. Well, thanks a lot for joining us, sir. Let's focus on the first point. You've acquired 100% stake in Shantived, all-cash deal, 260 crores odd. I'm just looking at the revenues of the acquired entity. The revenues are around 50 crores. 35% was the occupancy. I think ARPOB was around 31,000 odd. Give us some guidance. Once you take over this entity, how do you see the occupancy scaling out? What kind of revenue potential are you looking at? And in terms of ARPOB as well.
Hi, good morning. So the Shantived Hospital we have acquired in Agra. Agra as a city, we feel is a very promising market. There's around 2.4 million population Agra. If you look at it, it is even more populated than the cities of Noida, than the cities of Gurgaon. The sheer maths on this acquisition make a lot of sense for us. It's a big city in Uttar Pradesh. We already have a good brand spread across the state. The Delhi highway connectivity to Agra, the Yamuna Expressway connectivity to the city of Noida to Agra. So, when we saw the property, we really like the infrastructure. We feel it is the best infrastructure of the city. In terms of already the doctor team who are operating the Shantived Hospital, they are quite renowned. The Prakash family, it's a quite renowned doctor family of the area. And we felt that if they are rightly supported with our added brand presence, with the more, the capex and the opex we're planning to do in that hospital, we feel that the occupancy, which is, currently 35%, can, triple in 3 years' time. And so would be the revenue. As far as the ARPOB is concerned, yes, we do expect 10% growth ARPOB in the Agra hospital for at least the next 3 years also. So overall, we are quite happy with the acquisition. We feel Agra is a great potential. It's a good, markets to be in. And, as far as it aligns with the strategy of expanding, not just in Uttar Pradesh, but across North India.
Yatharth, just to talk about this, you've spent, I think, about 260 crores, right? It's an all-cash deal. Some argue that at 5 times sales, whether, it is expensive. And you're saying you'll have to put more money to work to ramp up occupancy, to perhaps increase the number of beds. Just give us your roadmap. How much more money are you going to be spending on this asset? And what is the ramp-up plan looking like? You said, you'll triple the occupancy in 3 years. But in year 1, will you be spending more on the asset?
No, so there is no immediate requirement of any more capex that is required in the asset. What I mean by more money, if we feel, so right now the hospital is 250 beds. That is the expanded capacity. There is an adjacent land parcel just available behind the hospital. If we feel if we test the market in a couple of years' time, when we reach optimized utilization, a further 200 beds can even be created on that hospital and made on that additional land parcel, and we made it into a 400 beds.
Oh, got it. But Yatharth, no, I got your point. You're saying that there is potential, there is land, so if you have to expand. But I'm just curious, most, hospitals are operating at 60% occupancy, if not higher. I mean, 35% in, near the capital city. Why is it operating at such low occupancy in the first place? And also just tell us about the funding. How are you funding this 260 crores?
Right. So if you look at the occupancy that, they're doing is calculated on the operating bed. Right now, they are not operating at 250 beds. When we talk about the operational occupancy that they have, it should be close to 45 to 50% occupancy that they're having on an operating bed. Second is, also they've recently just empaneled with certain government schemes like the CGHS, ECHS, something that they were not doing earlier. Only around 6 to 7 months back is then they have empaneled with government schemes. They were largely focusing on private insurance and self-pay business, which still contributes more than 75% to their overall business. So that's why we feel, it's still early days as far as the hospital has the complete empanelments now. There's still certain super specialties that they were not focusing on, which we feel, when we will be there, we would be adding to those. So there's a huge potential in terms of the occupancy ramp up. Also, it would be easier for us because we understand the markets pretty well. Already, there's a strong patient base from Agra who were coming to our NCR hospitals.
Sure.
And as far as the funding of this 260 crore, deal is concerned, we feel that right now we have enough internal accruals to fund this deal. If required, that option is always there. So that's how we will be funding this acquisition.
Stock's done phenomenally well this year. It's up 40%. Low was, 350, and it's now up to about almost 800 rupees now. So that's Yatharth Hospital's view. Yatharth, good morning. Prashant here. Just a quick word in terms of where this puts you up with regards to growth aspirations. What should we work with? What kind of numbers on a CAGR basis for you?
See, I think we have always maintained that, for last 2 years, the company has grown at a 30% yearly growth in terms of our revenue is concerned. For the coming 3 to 4 years, we feel the company is still on that trajectory. This acquisition just solidifies our numbers much more. We feel that it also aligns with the strategy of expanding and acquiring at least one asset each year. That's what we have done for last few years. Last financial year, we acquired, in fact, 2 assets, one in Delhi, one in Faridabad. Before that, also, each year we acquired one asset. And this financial year, that was the plan. I think the Agra deal aligns with that strategy. And going forward, we're committed to further, expand both in terms of greenfield, brownfield. Right now, with this acquisition, we are around 2,500 beds. We would like to grow in terms of our bed capacity in the coming years as well.
2,500 beds so far. And how many sort of visibility for how many more? Maybe hospitals being built in that sense?
Yeah, so there are 2 brownfield expansion that is already going on. 200 beds and 250 beds each are being planned in our Great Noida and Noida extension that would come into picture within 2 years. And by that time also, there would be certain more, greenfield or acquisition being planned. So as things stand now, we had taken a target of reaching 3,000 beds before the financial year of ending 27. I think we will be well ahead as far as that target is concerned.
Okay, Yatharth, we'll leave it there. Good luck. Thank you very much for joining us and really appreciate it, your time here on CNBC TV18.